So, one of the questions that I've been getting a lot from a lot of people that are new to this channel is, Lionel Johnson nuked Macragge? When and how? Alright, strap yourselves in for this one. So, this takes place during the Horus Heresy. A lot of stuff happened, but basically the Dark Angels, Blood Angels, and the Ultramarines got stranded on the eastern side of the galaxy thanks to the Word Bearers. And since no one knew if Terra was still standing, they basically all agreed, hey, why don't we just make Imperium Secondus? Sanguinius is the Emperor, Robu Gilliman's the Lord Regent, and Lionel Johnson's the War Master. Little snag, though. You see, the reason why Lionel Johnson was on the eastern side of the galaxy was that he was fighting Night Lords for a little while there. And he failed to mention that Edgelord Batman was loose on his fucking ship. So then, Conrad Curse gets off his ship and goes and runs into the wilds of Macragge, inciting terrified insurrections. Now, eventually, the Loyalists do track Conrad down to the northern mountains of Macragge. Now, let's just say that Gilliman and Lionel Johnson's relationship wasn't the best at the time. Doesn't help that Lionel Johnson didn't tell him about Conrad being on his fucking ship, but, you know, bygones be bygones, you know? Gilliman and Sanguinius basically told Lionel, take the Ultramarines, take the Dark Angels, surround the mountains, and basically capture Conrad. But if you know how Batman operates, yeah, no, making a fucking net is not gonna catch this guy. And Gilliman specifically told Lionel no orbital ammunition. And of course, Lionel promised that he wouldn't use orbital ammunition. Only for when he got to the mountain, he looked at it, then looked to the Ultramarine and Dark Angels officers right beside him and said, nuke the mountain. Of course, the Ultramarines protested and the Dark Angels raised their eyebrows at that, but you don't disobey a Primarch. They then proceeded to bombard the mountain, killing any civilians or villages that were up there. Now, the goal was to make Conrad go to ground, basically hide in the catacombs of a gravesite or whatever. And it worked. Lionel Johnson found him inside a tomb and basically proceeded to bane the Batman. Only for Batman to get his own last laugh by telling Robert Gilliman and Sanguinius what Lionel had done. Yeah, the Primarch's relationship wasn't great after that. Now, they would slowly repair their relationship over time, and we have to wait to see how the Great Scouring treats their relationship. But then there's that little funny thought in the back of my head that if Gilliman sees Lionel Johnson coming towards Ultramar, there's that little gremlin in the back of his head going, take the nukes! Take the nukes! Take the nukes!